Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Jeff coming at you with another Mindset Monday, and today I am titling this video, How You Do Mondays is How You Do Everything. And what comes up for me when I think about that is that I usually don't schedule anything, not only on Mondays, but any day. I don't schedule anything before about 11 o'clock, if at all possible. So why do I do that? Well, I do that because I want to be able to maintain the practice that I've created for myself every morning, and to be able to drop in and just really have a very calm and meditative approach to my day, where I can plan it, I can think about it, I can think about solutions ahead of time, instead of just jumping in and getting into a reactive mode about everything that's happening around me, getting emails, getting texts, all these things, and not being able to stay into that sort of centered, grounded flow where I find most of the solutions, the confidence that I have, and all of the joy and what I love, the love that I have for what I do. So this came up this morning because when now I have a standing meeting every Monday morning at 9 a.m. So it's a very short meeting. It's a very easy meeting for me. There's not any preparation, so I've kind of let that one slip by. And then another meeting kind of got dropped in my lap at 10 o'clock, and I was like, hey, wait a minute, like this is not feeling good to me. Like I haven't even planned out my week. Like I want to get up and have my morning practice. So what I usually do is I get up at 8:30. Usually every night let's back up so you can tell why I wake up at 8:30, because a lot of people that might sound lazy, but every night I meditate from 10:30-ish or 11-ish to around 1:30, sometimes even 2 a.m. So I'm meditating for at least an hour and a half, many times 2 hours, and sometimes up to 3 hours every night. And so that really puts me in that centered, grounded place that then when I get 7-ish hours of sleep, hopefully 7.5 or 8, I wake up at 8:30 and I start my day. So what does that look like? I get up and I go put some water on for my coffee, and then I come out here to my backyard and I ground on these rocks right here. So I put my feet on these rocks. I have one right here. Put my feet on these rocks and I just ground for 10-15 minutes. The sun's usually coming up over the horizon, and I get a little sun, I get a little fresh air, and I just think about the things that I want to accomplish today. And then from there, I go in and get my coffee, and I go in and I do an ice bath, take a shower and all of that, come back, eat breakfast, and then I start my day. But during that time, I'm able to kind of run through the bigger picture things that I want to accomplish that day, get prepared and mentally prepared for the meetings that I have and the different things like that. So then once I get into that flow and I really drop in with the computer, it's easy. Like those things just flow out of me because I've already proactively figured out what each step is to get to the solution that I want, and I just go put that into action. It's really simple. Instead of waking up and rise and grind at 7 a.m. or whatever and hit the computer and everybody's emailing me and bombarding me with texts and things that I haven't considered or that I'm not prepared for, and then get into that reactive mode. So this is what, and I'm not any kind of a psychologist or anything, but I definitely am a biohacker in many ways, and really a neurohacker, because I hack my brain a lot. And this is where it kind of comes over into the mindset part of it, is that by me staying centered, I am effectively regulating my nervous system. So what does that mean? If you have a regulated nervous system, it's that your nervous system is going to have an appropriate response to the stimulus that's coming at you in your environment. A dysregulated nervous system is one that's overclocked. You're going to have an overactive response to whatever's coming at you in your stimulus. What does that mean in layman's terms? You're going to be stressed out. You're going to be freaking out. It's like, I was freaking out about that. Like, that's a dysregulated nervous system, because you're always in fight, flight, or freeze, and that's going to cause your nervous system to always be kind of locked up and tense and prepared for a fight, or prepared to freeze, or whatever, or to run. So I don't operate that way. Like many years ago when I started doing yoga, I really had to get this straight in my mind. And so what happened was, I was going to yoga every morning. I did that every morning for like a year and a half, and I did yoga almost 7 days a week for 3 years. But I had to justify in my mind, why am I taking 2 hours out of my day every day to get down to the yoga studio, do the class, get back home, take a shower, and then be ready for work? Well, the reason is because if I can be 30% more productive in my day by giving up that less than 10% of my day, it's 2 hours out of 24 that I'm giving up to go better myself, get centered, be healthy, get in my own body, and all these things, then I'm gonna be able to be 30% more productive every day. It's worth it. Like, the return on investment is huge, right? And I think there's a similar return on investment for just getting regulated and being in charge of your own day, instead of, especially on Mondays, man. Because it's like, if you're starting out every Monday and you're like, I have a 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, all these people that you're giving up your time to, you're giving up your availability to on Monday morning, then you're gonna start, you may not even recognize it, but you're gonna start thinking about that back on Friday, because you're gonna be like, I have this time this weekend, it's a very short time, but then starting Monday morning, I'm gonna have to jump out of bed, and I'm gonna have to start hitting it, and I have to start rising, grinding again. And your nervous system is never gonna fully calm down and regulate. The way that I approach it is that, yeah, I have Saturday, Friday afternoon comes around, I have Saturday, I have Sunday, and then Monday morning I wake up. If I wake up at 8:30, great. If I feel like sleeping till 10, I sleep till 10. That doesn't happen, maybe once a year, but I don't have to get up and be on anybody else's timeline, on anybody else's schedule, or be answering to anybody about anything at any time. And that gives me the power to come in, do my ice bath, get in flow, get breakfast, and then I sit down and I map out my week. And I do that on a grid, and I say, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, here are the main things that I need to do. Here are the main things that I want to accomplish. I have it all mapped out for myself, and I have the time, give myself the time. And then we drop into our company meeting every week. I have a meeting at 12:30, and then I have another meeting at 1 that usually lasts for anywhere from 2 to sometimes 3 hours. And so that's really how my Mondays flow. And then I start piling in all the other things, answering the emails, answering the texts, calling people I need to get back with, all that stuff. But it's on my time, on my schedule. And that's the point, is that I feel like I'm in control of my own time. And that, in my head, gives me so much peace and gives me so much confidence and power that it's just, you can't shake me, man. Come on, like, you can't shake me, because I've developed this practice over the period of the last really 8 years or so. And so this has been a mindset that for me has become a default personally. But when I see it in other people, now that I am way more regular, I still have work to do. Come on, like, I'm not perfect. I'm pretty regulated, but I can notice a lot more when other people aren't. When other people are like spinning out or freaking out about something, like, that's way more obvious to me now than it ever was before, because I'm more calm and I'm more resonant and in harmony with what I'm trying to accomplish and with what my emotional state is at any given moment. So when I see other people that are in this pattern of rising and grinding and rising and going straight into a bunch of meetings on Monday morning, I cringe, because I think that there is a better way. At least this has been my own felt experience, is that there is a better way, and that better way is to flip the script, take control of your time, and you can still get all of those things done. Maybe even, well, in my case, I believe in a far more powerful way, by taking control and not being reactive, regulating your nervous system and moving forward in flow, creating flow, moving forward in flow. And then your intuition is going to give you different ideas, hunches, inspirations, and solutions to challenges that you have in your personal and your professional life. And a lot of those things that you sometimes maybe are freaking out about, it's like, the solution just comes to you and you wipe it out and it doesn't even exist anymore. And I've seen that happen time and time and time again in my life over the past year. So take that, and I hope that you get something out of it. I hope that you can find a way to maybe integrate some of these thoughts or even solutions or practices into your own life, and that you can continue to move forward for yourself and in your business and your personal life. All right, I hope you got something out of it. Leave your comments in the comment section. I'll see you on the next one. All right, peace. Take care.